what's going on? This is Andy coming to you again from the Daily Funk Club, and it's time for episode number 6 of Enter the Chill Zone, my Enter the Chill Zone demo series, which is just kind of like a different way for me to present the instruments, just a slightly different way and in a more systematic way. I'm going through every instrument that I have here, and I'm going to do one demo of each, and that's going to be just about 50 demos. This happens to be number 6. So we've got a long ways to go and a lot of fun to have. The bass I'm going to show you today is built by Nino Valenti, and this is called the SR series instrument. It's obviously a 5-string jazz type. It has a 21 fret neck on it, maple, and these are made, he's using parts that are all completely made in the USA, but because he's getting them built in groups, you know, chunks of, you know, whatever, 12 bodies and 12 necks at a time, he does this thing called a special run, which brings the price down a little bit. And this bass is under $2,000. I think it's a, I don't want to give a specific quote because I'm notoriously wrong and prices change, but I want to say it's somewhere between $1,600 and $1,800 for this exact bass. It has swamp ash body. These are Nordstrand NJ5 pickups and the boost only 2-band preamp. It has the new Hipshot badass sort of replica bridge, Hipshot's version of that, which is really nice. It has the brass saddles in there. Hipshot tuners, maple neck, maple fingerboard, parchment pickguard. I love the way that he did this for me with no control plate, and then the parchment pickguard with the black screws. I think it just looks totally sinister. It has this great cutaway here, right? And the 6-bolt, recessed 6-bolt neck mounting. It's really, really well put together and well set up instrument. Great weight and balance, and I just adore this instrument. So we'll start with hearing how it sounds. This is with both pickups all the way up and the tone control all the way up. All right. Okay, now just the front pickup. So like always, you know, as soon as you put it on one pickup or the other, for me it gets in focus really nice. So that was just the back pickup. Now we're going to, let's go all the way back to the front pickup and we'll goof around with the tone control, passive tone control. This is with the tone control completely off. How about this? So that's just like a great, super thuddy old school, but color, got some great color in there, kind of front pickup sound. And let's hear what it sounds like. We'll stay on that front pickup and we'll give it half gas on the passive tone. that's kind of really one of the best, one of the sounds that I think sounds really best in a live situation. Front pickup only, tone at about halfway, passive, not even using the EQ for a vintage kind of a place. Okay, so now let's go to that, and that's the thing about this instrument that I love the most is that it can do the vintage in terms of a 5-string jazz bass, which is not easy. There's a bazillion of them out there, but they all don't do this well. It can do the old school thing really, really well in a convincing way, and it can also do the modern thing really well with the EQ. Okay, now we're bringing in some EQ. So that's with the EQ, with the bass and the treble. Well, the bass is at about 60% and the treble's all the way up. So what I really, really like about this Nordstrand 2-band boost-only preamp is that you can use the whole range of the EQ, and it all sounds really great and all sounds really musical. Meaning, you know, you sometimes when you're in the preamp realm, as soon as you start boosting, it starts getting so loud. There's so much output, it's hitting the front side of your signal path. You know, your gain structure is going up so hard that it's hitting your amp, and it's starting to create this kind of domino effect of chaos down the line of too much output. Whereas this one, I can go between using the entire range of both the treble and the bass control in a really useful way. And I can still dig in like crazy. And it's just really well behaved, you know what I'm saying? It's not slamming the amplifier, and it's not such a huge dB gain. You know, I don't know the specifics of how much dB gain it actually gives or why it's so well behaved, but it really, really works well. And not just on this bass, I have it on 3 or 4 basses now, and I've become, you know, it's become one of my favorites. So there you have it. There's my Nino Valenti J21 special run. Now, I encourage you to check out Nino and support him, because he's making these instruments in a way that you know, they're on par with some of the other more certainly more well-known and established boutique builders' names. But he's bringing you the same, right around the same quality for half the money. Scout's honor. All right, so you can do the math and figure out the logic on that. Do you want to pay $4,500 for this same bass because it says someone else's name on it, or do you want to get the same quality bass and pay, you know, less than half as much and have the same functionality, the same cool factor, and be supporting an up-and-coming brand? That's up to you to decide. But you know, I love these. I think Nino does great work, fantastic work. And before I go, I just want to say thanks again to Phil Jones. This is the last demo. I'm going to use this amp, and then I'm going to switch to one of the other little rigs. But this Phil Jones Super Flightcase combo is dynamite. I love it, and I love using it in conjunction with the 300 or the 250 watt extension cab that's over there. The two of them together make a super great rig for just about any gig. I've used them on festivals, outdoor stuff, and tons of gig stuff. So it works just fine. It will definitely be loud enough. That seems to be the most common question. Is it loud enough? I suppose if you're playing in a death metal band and you're going up against Marshall stacks and a double bass drummer with 26-inch kick drums, no, it's not loud enough. But if you're playing like a normal, you know, kind of moderate to loud rock band kind of vibe and setting, or anything, you know, that's more controlled, you know, like rhythm and blues, funk and jazz, and anything like that, yes, it's definitely plenty loud. All right, friends. Well, we'll see you next time. Thanks for checking out the video. Peace.